Howard 100, Howard 101. Those are the channels that you listen to. Well, it seems our boy Artie is the talk of the town. He is the toast of the town.
Oh. The toast. They're toasting him already. The burnt toast.
He was on the Joe Buck HBO premiere talk show, the first talk show in Joe Buck's,
Joe Buck's 2 Live.
Joe Buck Live. Right? You know, they're making a big deal about Artie's language on the show, and it's weird to me because, you know, they have the Cat House. Like, guys.
HBO's schizophrenic like that.
Yeah.
You know, like on certain shows you're not supposed to do it, and somehow you're supposed to know which shows are for cursing and which shows aren't.
What's in the city? Right. They used to, I mean, the stuff on that show offended me.
But then they'll have something like the Bob Costas show, which never had any cursing in it.
I know, but they said, okay, I mean, they said do anything you want.
Well, I think they're schizophrenic in the sense that I think Joe Buck was going for more of a Letterman-esque kind of talk show where they talk sports and hang out. And
right, because if you watched it, it was the Costas show. There was never any cursing.
I do believe, though, that these guys, when they booked you on the show, you know, sort of thought that you would be a talk show guest in keeping with your Letterman appearances and your Conan appearances and stuff like that. I think they probably were really blown out by the language, but nevertheless,
they should have said something. Right. They shouldn't have said "go to town."
They gave me no guidelines. Listen, I mean, this is crazy. I did an interview with the New York Times yesterday. Like, I mean,
about this?
Yeah.
Well, it's a big story in the sense that you went on, and HBO is now upset with you.
Right.
Oh dear.
And in fact, I was reading the paper today. They've blacklisted Artie from HBO Sports, which
wow.
I don't think.
Well, geez, Artie, I'm sorry for you.
I don't know how that would affect your career, but maybe it would. I don't know.
Look, me blacklisted from anything could affect my career, sure.
Oh, no, the HBO Sports Department was a major plank.
Here's the article. HBO wipes hands of Artie. Artie Lange meet the HBO blacklist. Lange, Howard Stern's radio sidekick, is persona non grata at HBO Sports after his profanity-laced segment on Monday's premiere of Joe Buck Live. I tell you what, I never knew who Joe Buck was. Now I do.
Yeah, I mean,
there's something good that came out of this.
Sure.
He can do, he can go do as many Howard Stern shows as he likes, but he will no longer appear on HBO Sports or Joe Buck Live. HBO Sports President Ross Greenberg told the Post yesterday.
Wow.
Well, that's the greatest news ever. I can do as many Howard Stern shows as I want.
How does Ross know that you can do as many shows as you want?
When did he get to get permission to do this show?
He's executive producing this show.
He's the president of Hollywood.
Howard, if that's true, and you make that decision, I couldn't be happier about it.
We don't have any interest in his world. That's a quote from Mr. Greenberg.
You have your own world.
Lange appeared with actor Paul Rudd, barely. Paul Rudd didn't get a word in.
But they weren't trying. Did you see them struggling for words?
No,
Howard, they
went. They had a good time.
They went. Yeah, they both loved it. If you watch it, the crowd is guffawing. Like Michael Irvin is laughing. Like, look, I'm not going to say this about a normal appearance, but I have to defend myself. Like Jimmy Kimmel texted me yesterday and said, "Dude, that appearance was epic. They should have you back on every night."
Like, you should be his sidekick. Somebody said to me there should be the Artie and Joe Buck show.
Yeah, I mean, so Ross Greenberg has, I mention him a lot in this New York Times. I don't know if the New York Times thing ran at all, but he sounds like a moron. He gave me no guidelines, and he knows what I do. He read my book. He saw my stand-up. Can someone explain to him why I wouldn't do what I did on Letterman? It's CBS. It's Letterman, and quite frankly, I have a lot more respect comedically for David Letterman than I do Joe Buck.
Lange, discussing his appearance on yesterday's Howard Stern show, said Greenberg told him to go nuts if the discussion flagged. Check yourself. I don't care how important you are in the business, Lange said to Greenberg. That's regrettable, Greenberg fired back. I said to him prior to the show that we need your energy if things get boring. He misconstrued that. I didn't mean that we needed this, which was a far cry from energetic. It was a mean-spirited, vitriolic diatribe with guttural language.
Howard, take away the first thing I said, okay?
Right.
And which was just a crazy joke that is the first time the audience reacted to anything, okay?
Right.
And the kid Jason next to me started whooping it up afterwards. Whoa, you know, and the place went nuts. Then after that, it really was just me and Joe ribbing each other. And I told a story about his father. And I mean, that was really, that's what I did. And everything killed. I mean, but look, I don't care if I'm ever on HBO ever again.
Right.
This is the show that sells tickets to, you know, there's guys who have HBO stand-up specials that open for me on the road. I mean, that's the truth, because I'm on the Stern Show. I mean, I don't care, Ross. I really just don't care.
All right. Let's see. So Artie, who ever since he got off heroin is very energetic, appeared on a bunch of shows.
He is Mr. Energy.
No, Tim Sabean called me and asked me to call into Chris Russo. I wouldn't have done that.
Well, you can do sports with Chris.
Yeah, right. And
I heard that, by the way.
You heard it, Fred?
Oh, yeah, I heard that, by the way. He's not your friend.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Russo was, you know, he was doing...
I didn't think Russo was... I thought you might have overreacted to Russo, and I'll tell you why.
I definitely think so,
listening.
too.
I haven't heard the whole thing. We'll play it now. He thought you weren't funny. So you say, well, some people think I'm funny, and some people don't.
Okay, he had an issue with the language, too, and I just explained that I said, well, look,
but
Chris...
You got so angry with Chris, it was like saying, who cares what Chris thinks, whether you're funny or not? Just be like, you know what? I thought I did well. That's the only person I answered.
Well, I was told that he was bashing me for a while. Well, that's what I was told. Tim said you got to call in.
Tim wanted you to react to what was being said.
Well, Tim asked me to call in.
And then Artie slammed this guy, Mike Francesco. Turns out Mike was defending Artie. You were on fire.
Oh, dear.
Well, I've been wanting to slam Francesa for a while. He gave me a bad tip on a couple of college games.
Well, that's very understandable. So, anyway, let me play you the Artie. What was Artie busy with yesterday?
Yeah,
page.
How many shows yesterday?
I'm going to get you a bunch of clips here. What page is that again, Gary? The Artie page.
Artie has his own page.
JD, page 1. Okay. All right. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. What about that first clip? Can I pass on that one and just get right to this?
Pass on the first clip.
Okay. Here's Artie versus Mad Dog. The two of them going at it yesterday.
People guffawed laughing. They don't laugh. They laugh politely if they have to. People were barreled over laughter. Watch this.
Artie, I'm a big fan. You were not funny.
And
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of yours, Artie. I watched. You were not funny. That was not a funny set. That was not a funny 8 minutes.
I'll tell you what, Chris, I'm a big fan of yours about sports, but you're not being funny. When you're funny, it's funny when
Artie, I'm not trying to be funny. You tried to be funny, and you weren't funny.
Exactly. I was trying to be funny, and I was funny. Howard Stern thought I was funny.
We all know.
I got texts from people I barely know. Jimmy Kimmel sent me a text saying that appearance was epic. It was the best thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious, and they're going to have you back. Every funny person I know thought I was funny. I don't give out anybody else. Chris, I love
Billy Crystal, Artie. Billy Crystal didn't think you're funny. And Billy Crystal's better than Jimmy. And Billy Crystal's bigger. Billy Crystal is bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. And Billy Crystal did not think you were funny.
Billy Crystal, let me tell you about Billy Crystal. Billy Crystal hates Howard because Howard busts his chops. Billy Crystal's funny, but he's an uptight prick. He's a politically correct, uptight bastard. He's an egomaniac. We've sent out the Stuttering John to ask him questions. We play a tape. Oh, Howard's not funny either. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably talented.
Wait.
Wait, let me talk. I think Billy Crystal is unbelievably unbelievably talented. His stand-up is unreal, but he's full of himself, and he's taking it too far. I'm a Yankee fan like him. Now he thinks he's Mr. Big Shot, Mr. Pretentious, Mr. I Meet the President. So what he thinks is funny. I get what my fans think are funny, and they thought it was funny, Chris.
Artie.
And I don't care if you think it's funny either, even though I'll listen to you talk about the Jet-Giant schedule and what the record's going to be, but don't tell me about being funny, and I won't tell you about...
Well, no, but Artie, you need a guy. You tell me about sports. You're allowed. I mean, I don't say, well, hold on, what does Artie know about sports? I don't say that. So why should you say that about me, about why I can't judge a comedian? What, you're allowed to judge your sports, and I can't judge a comedian?
You're entitled to your opinion, but I don't respect your opinion about comedy. I tell you about sports, and a lot of times I'm wrong, and if you tell me I'm wrong, I'll believe it. Chris, I love you, man. You know I'm a huge fan of yours, but you're wrong about this. I was funny, and look at the audience. They guffaw.
You can't judge.
Michael, wait, Chris.
Oh, hold on now. Let me get this straight. Artie, let me get this straight. I'm not allowed to judge your comedic value, but Michael Irvin can. Is that the way it's supposed to work? I can't judge it, but if Michael Irvin laughs, you must be funny. Michael Irvin doesn't know anything.
Chris, you could judge whatever you want, and Michael Irvin could judge whatever you want. I don't give about it either way. I'm just saying one's right and what.
Well, hold on. You brought up Michael Irvin 4 times and he thought it was funny. Well, why should Michael Irvin be able to judge it? I can't. That doesn't work. Michael Irvin's not a comedian. Well, why can't he's a football player. A retired one at that.
I'll tell you what.
He's got no credibility with comedy.
Chris, you're gonna let me talk? Or
yes, go ahead. You gotta answer the question, no.
Because, Chris, I met Michael Irvin, and quite frankly, he's funnier than you are. That's how it is. You're funny, and you don't...
Michael Irvin can't get a job in the media business. ESPN fired Michael Irvin. Nobody wants Michael Irvin on. You make Michael Irvin's a big talent in the broadcasting field?
Why was he on?
Because he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver, Artie. You think he's on because he's funny?
And I'm on Joe Buck Live because I'm on a Hall of Fame radio show. How's that?
Well, that's different, Artie. We're not talking about... Forget Stern. We're talking about your appearance as far as humor is concerned and about language and about all those things. How about going on, Buck, last night and use better language and not make everybody cringe in America?
And being boring and nobody cares. Would you be talking to me right now if I went on and talked like Carol Burnett an hour or some jerk off you think is funny like Bob Hope? You're talking to me right now because of what I think.
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Is Bob Uecker funny?
Yeah, Bob Uecker funny?
I think Bob Uecker's hilarious.
Okay, does Bob Uecker use bad language?
Off the air.
In his jokes, does he use bad language, Artie? The answer is no.
What the hell is he talking about?
Chris, you're caught up in the 1940s, brother. I'm a Richard Pryor fan. I'm a George Carlin fan. I love Sam Kinison. I love guys who were on the edge. You don't. It's a difference. Howard Stern. And don't bullshit me, man. I used to listen to you and the Mike and Mad Dog, and you guys would always talk when you were kissing Imus, old ass. You would go, oh, Howard works blue. I don't work blue. I grew up listening to Howard, man. I worked blue. And Joe Buck knew that, and he got it, loved it, and today people are talking about his show because of it.
The one thing I don't understand, maybe you know this and clear it up, Artie. When did Billy Crystal comment on Artie's appearance?
I don't know.
Never.
Russo seems to be aware of something no one else. Maybe they had a personal conversation.
Are they close, Billy Crystal and Mad Dog?
I have no idea.
Howard.
That is so funny.
Howard, listen.
I got more, by the way.
I know, but listen, I am a fan of Russo because he's real. He's really a geek. Like, I mentioned Norm Macdonald to him, and he said, the guy on Cheers, Norm.
No.
You know what I mean? So he doesn't know anything about
outside of sports
or modern day stuff.
It wasn't his cup of tea.
Right, exactly. But he was yelling at me too, Howard. I mean, I was yelling back.
Michael Irvin thought it was funny.
He did.
That was funny. Chris is a funny guy.
He is funny.
When he starts yelling, he's just funny.
I love when two guys argue over whether they were funny or not. It's the best. I mean, I've gotten caught up in that crap.
Was the best. He's a football player.
Yeah.
Well, Well, listen, I mean, right, exactly. Well, whoever's in the audience, when you're a comic, you're just happy anyone's laughing, man, you know.
It seems like you're getting caught up lately in a lot of fights with people, a lot of agitation. I'm worried about you, honestly.
Honestly, Howard, I'm fine. I really am. But people at me.
I don't know you with you.
No, I'm fine, Howard.
You are?
And I'm in therapy, and it's starting
to work.
It's
working?
Howard,
talk to your therapist about this?
I have a shrink session today. And
good. How long?
I love the guy. He's finally back from his honeymoon.
How many hours is the session today?
It's going to be about an hour and a half because I have a book signing tonight, so I have to calm down.
Right.
But I have so much anger in me. I do. I have anger in me. You really do. And I'm working on it.
Okay. What is it, Fred?
I have a couple of thoughts. Book a triple session, number one.
You got it, Fred.
And number two, I heard that exchange yesterday, and in my opinion, Russo has no credibility whatsoever to judge who's funny and who is not.
No, you're missing the point.
But it's his opinion on
He's commenting on what he thought was funny.
But the difference in the argument, too, is he's commenting directly on what Artie does for a living as opposed to what's funny, and Artie's not commenting on what he does. What if Artie would have come out?
He does. Artie says
I don't say he does a
Artie
bad
says
job.
he's a fan.
I don't say he does, but what if he called in and says, I don't think you're doing a particularly
He says
good show
he
today.
likes Artie, he's a fan, but he didn't think this performance was his best.
I think that's a nice little cop-out when people want to say something shitty about you. They preamble it with,
I agree.
You know, I'm a fan, but he sounds like that guy _𝗦𝗵cie.
Look,
Howard, I was
gave his opinion. Right. Quite frankly, who cares what Mad Dog's opinion
I agree with
is?
it. But
Artie did his thing.
I just want to say one thing. Also, his opinion is colored because his favorite comedian is Carol O'Connor. Yeah. And that's not even a joke.
Well, I mean, you know, Carol O'Connor is a great actor, but exactly, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Second point, I listened long after Artie had his meltdown on the air, and he admitted, I believe he admitted he didn't even see it.
Oh, so then how can he comment?
You know what? That's the beauty of Chris.
He did not see the show.
Mad Dog didn't see the. Did he watch the performance on YouTube or something?
No,
he either
maybe not.
He either watched it on YouTube or he heard the tapes.
Or Billy Crystal called him.
He did not see the show.
Billy Crystal called him from the movie set.
Chris, I'll apologize ahead of time, but I believe it was about maybe a half hour, an hour afterwards you admitted you didn't see the show.
I just like that Billy Crystal is discussing this with Mad Dog.
It would have been nice if Billy Crystal could have said it in his own words.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
First of all, before a Springsteen concert, I went on Mad Dog's show a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And what I did on the Joe Buck show compared to what I did on Chris Russo's show looked like Romper Room. I mean, and he hugged me afterwards and said, that was great. I loved it. I mean, what you know, I mean, this is satellite radio. I am a dirty comedian. I admit that. I'm not as smart as Jerry Seinfeld, I guess. I'm not as smart as...
But when you go on, let's say, Letterman or Conan, you do not work dirty. You're able to do both.
I can do both, right. But on HBO, I figured, what the hell, let it loose, man. Right. Why not?
All right, here's Artie versus Mad Dog round 2.
Oh, boy.
Artie, can we calm down with the language on that kind of show? Can we do that?
Listen, it's HBO, Chris. I will never listen to you with comedy advice, okay, buddy? You pick up my DVD, I curse like crazy. It's rated NC-17.
But I know when I buy your video. Artie, I know when I buy...
I'm not going to kids' 8th birthday party.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Turn off HBO? I know if I buy your video, I know what I'm getting. I know when I sit there and buy your book, I know what I'm getting.
It's HBO. Artie Lange's on HBO. What do you think? You're going to hear me do a psalm from the Bible? You got to be... Are you not stupid?
You can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down. Artie, you can't calm down a little bit?
You can't calm down a little bit right now either?
I'm fine. You can't calm down a little bit, Artie?
You're not fine. You know what, Chris? No, I like to go over the line. I like to shock. I like to be funny. I like creating uncomfortable shit and conversations like this. This sells books, man. I'm a businessman, too. My book went through the... I'm #1 on the Google Trends today. I don't give a shit about shit that much, except I want to be funny in my own way. I'm not censoring myself for anybody. This is like Lenny Bruce shit, man. Lenny Bruce got arrested, so I'm allowed to curse on HBO. show, and I'm honored that. Howard Stern went through hell to be able to get me to. Howard Stern got FCC fines. Howard Stern's the reason you're allowed to talk like this on the radio right now, and I'm going to honor that.
I'm not using bad language, Artie. Listen, I love Howard. I don't use bad language during a talk show.
I love Howard. There was different shit going on a few years ago with you and your.
We gotta leave Mike alone, Artie. Please, that's not fair. Don't get on Mike. It's not his fault.
Mike's fat ass is giving me shit. I saw Mike once at a Knicks game. I couldn't believe they didn't sell him 3 seats. His ass was.
Oh, Artie, come on, don't pick on Mike. What did Mike do? Mike didn't do anything to you.
I'm not picking on Mike, but he's picking on me, so I'm hitting.
Well, when is he picking on Artie?
Chris, let me tell you something. I'm from the streets. You hit me, I'm hitting you back.
When did Mike pick? In 20 years that I was with Mike, he never mentioned you once. When did Mike pick on you?
I got a bunch of phone calls saying Francesa's trashing you. So guess what? Artie, did you hear it yourself, or you going by what your friend told you? Oh, right. I'm sure my friend would call me up.
Well, I mean, people like to cause, Artie, people like to cause dissension. Yes, friends will call up. Yes, friends will people say things to get a reaction. That's what people do.
Chris, don't teach me about radio. I know people make shit up, but there's no way. I guarantee you Francesa gave me shit, just like you're giving me shit.
Not in 20, Artie.
About Francesa, I give out you, so I'm calling in. That's it. I mean, I don't have proof, but you know what? Whether I have proof or not, Francesa...
listen, here's what I say.
Listen, one thing. Whether I have proof or not, Francesa still has a big fat ass.
No, I mean, listen, a little heavy. I'll buy that, but 19 years, and I worked with Mike for 19 years. He never said a word about it. He never.
I know. That's not what I'm talking about.
For the last 8 months, if he said something, I don't know that.
He didn't say a word about me because I'm not famous enough. But today I make news in the world, so he said something. So I'm.
Oh, I said something to him. Now you didn't tell me that. You said something today. He said something.
Yeah, I just tried to, but you keep screaming like a crazy person, like Bruce just started playing Prove It All night. I mean, shut up and listen. Francesa trashed me today, so I'm trashing him back.
I didn't realize. Well, you didn't say. I didn't hear you say. Nobody heard you say today. I thought you meant over the years.
Because you're screaming too loud, like Rod. Calm down.
So then Artie was done, and then called Mad Dog back to apologize to Francesa.
First of all, I don't know what happened because 40 people told me Francesa trashed me, and then a caller called up and said that he didn't. So, no, I don't know what happened exactly.
So here's Artie apologizing.
Calling back with an apology.
By the way, Howard, that was the most ridiculous conversation I've ever heard
Crazy.
in my life.
Artie, go ahead.
Chris, I'm sorry. Listen, the guy who just called up and said Francesa actually thought I made the show good. Now I feel bad because I made the mistake of listening to a friend. I apologize to Francesa. I don't know the guy, but I'll tell you what, he's right. It was a bore fest. It was a snooze fest. And maybe I thought I had to hit a home run instead of a double to right. So maybe I turned it up a notch. And again, this is where people are wrong. I didn't a cocksucker. That's not what I did. I would never do that. I made a joke about a website. I would never call him a cocksucker, all right? It's a difference of opinion. I'm sorry to Francesa, but Francesa's right, Chris. It was a bore fest until I started talking. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I'm Richard Pryor. I know I'm not that good, but I do what I do, and I'm trying to make a living. I went on there, and I did it. And a lot of people who I respect, including Howard and Howard's honest, man. If Howard thought I sucked, he would say I sucked.
Howard didn't even see it, right?
Howard saw it and listened to it, of course.
He saw it live, or did he see it after the show was on?
No, he saw it afterwards. But he watched it. He watched the whole thing. And look at it. Chris, Look at it. Buck is laughing when I'm doing his father. They cut to the audience. They're not laughing in a fake way. Michael Irvin's out. Both of the kids next to me are laughing, Chris. I know you don't like it, but look, we have a difference in opinion. I apologize to Mike. I did what I had to do. I'm trying to make a living here, brother. I'm trying to avoid becoming a longshoreman again. And I tell you what, I'll keep doing it if it sells books, but not just because of that, because it's true to whatever. Want to call me an artist? I don't think I am, but I'm true to this the way Richard Pryor was true to his honest comedy. I will always do this, and I'll always listen to you, Russo. I won't bother you again. I love you. I'm going to keep listening. Thanks for taking my call.
Artie feels bad now.
Artie was feeling bad, and is it true Mike Francesco really had to buy 3 seats at the stadium?
Well, it's expensive, too.
Right.
$2,000 to see.
Well, there you go. I mean, you must be a little bit worn out, huh?
I am, Howard.
You're yelling and screaming and
I
carrying
feel
on.
a fraction of what it must be like to be you when you get a lightning rod of stuff. Like,
Well,
it's like, I mean, but the New York Times called me. I mean, there's a war on.
You're like Crazy Alice. You're yelling and screaming on all these radio shows.
Well, I mean, again, I would never.
Has he become Crazy Artie?
Crazy Artie.
Took up credit you, Chris Russo, cocksucker. You ain't half
Dick, don't you?
You suck dick, don't you?
I leave a death cocksucker.
Listen, Howard, I wouldn't have called. I wouldn't have called if Tim asked me to call.
Here's what Mike Francesca said about you. If you want to hear
let's
it.
hear it.
This is what he said.
I guess we should.
Yeah, maybe you should hear what he had to say. Here is Mike
Let's
Francesca.
clear it up.
This was the worst show I had ever seen until Artie Lange showed up.
Wow.
And then it became...
You
Sorry, Mike.
trashed him.
Way to go.
Well, thanks, Mike. I mean, no, and look, he's looking thinner. I saw him at a Nick game recently.
He only needs 2 seats.
See, you got to admit, Mad Dog was right. You can't listen to people on the phone telling you something somebody said. They do that to me all the time.
I know.
Russo was on the money. He says, you know what they do.
That's right.
They
You know what?
wind you up.
I feel like,
And by the way, I've seen Mike Francesca's ass. It's as beautiful as Carmen Electra.
They should have a website devoted to it.
All right, let's hear the rest.
you know, a different kind of show. And one that I'm not condoning here, because I'm not condoning him coming in there and just, you know, firebombing the entire festivities, which is what he did. But what would you expect? You invited Artie Lange there. What would you expect? You got what you expected. So I thought the show was awful. And I was about to turn it off when Artie Lange started with his tirade, and I did sit there and watch it. And it was interesting to watch Buck squirm. You know, and Paul Rudd want to hide who is a talented guy, want to hide his head in a cushion. I'm not familiar with the other guy. I guess he's a comic. I'm not familiar with him. I'm not familiar with him. But I know Rudd from the movies. You know Rudd. He's made a lot. He's a talented guy. But Artie Lange, who I don't hear Artie Lange. I know who he is. I don't hear him very often. Now you know why. Went off on this crazy, absolutely vulgar tirade. I mean, vulgar. Yeah, I mean, you give vulgar a bad name. It was so vulgar. So, I mean, I don't know why you'd be Fox and want your lead announcer associated with this, where this is the guy that you want to sell to the country. This is the same Joe Buck who went off on, what's called? The receiver. Yeah, who I mean. Randy Moss. When Randy Moss mooned the fans and he went crazy about how it was the worst thing he'd ever seen, well, I guess that's over with after last night. That was the most, was the worst thing he'd ever seen, and how dare he, and this, that. Well, I guess last night that kind of made up for that. Because I understand it's HBO, but boy, oh boy, it was ugly. The only reason the show was even worth discussing was just how outrageous Artie Lange was, and whether or not HBO was actually going to apologize, or how they were going to handle. I don't even know what HBO said. Has HBO said anything about what he said last night? I mean, did they apologize?
There's differing opinions here. Artie this morning said that that Ross Greenberg had told him that when things get slow...
To go crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So Ross is now condoning Artie's antics on the show last night?
They've distanced themselves a little bit from it, and he went on his own tirade this morning. Artie did.
Oh, well, Artie's going to, he's going to milk this for everything he can get. But the show would have gotten absolutely hammered because it was just a bore. It was a snooze fest.
You saved them.
Well, that's the point.
You saved them.
It was. I mean, Francesa's right. He's right in everything
Let's say this hadn't happened. I don't think anybody would be talking about Joe Buck's show on HBO.
Or if it was reviewed, it would have been a dismal review.
Howard,
now they're not talking about that.
What I thought was really wild was that HBO now, on their website, bleeped the entire thing. Like
they have bleeps in it?
They're uptight about the language that was used.
I guess their sports area is where they don't curse.
I guess. I don't know. Well, I think they want to be, they're a little schizophrenic, as you said. They want to be a bunch of different things, HBO Sports and HBO Regular, and, they're the dirty channel.
Here's the crazy thing, Howard, and I've said this before on the air, I am such a fan of HBO Sports. Their documentaries, Thrill in Manila. Like, they are, Liv Schreiber does all of the narration. They did a thing about the Oakland A's and the Raiders in the 70s. It's one of my favorite things ever. I own it. I love HBO Sports. I love Bob Costas.
They don't love you.
But they don't love me. So there's a lot of people I love who don't love me, by the way.
Right.
But anyway, let me just say, and I told this to the New York Times last night. Here's exactly what Ross Greenberg said to me, okay? And I'll tell you what Joe Buck said to me, too. And there's witnesses to this. He said it in front of a few people. And he's not going to like this, and I don't agree with this, but this is what he said. He said, look, Art, with a big smile on his face. Ross Greenberg. Okay. With a big smile on his face, he comes up to me and he goes, listen, man, if these two guys get boring, you go in there and put in some energy, and you're the cleanup guy, Right. And he said, if these two guys get boring,
Right.
And Paul Rudd, who is a talented guy, and
Greenberg claims that what he meant by
I didn't say go nuts.
Right.
I said go nuts. That was right. He didn't say go nuts. He said
give
these two guys, give them some energy. Now, Joe Buck in the green room in front of a bunch of people said to me, listen, give it to me, man. Let me have it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He said, let me have it, man. That's what this is
like
about.
Like roast them, kind of.
Yeah, well, no, he just said, let me have it. I don't know what I mean. And so if you say that to me on HBO, what does he think's going to happen?
I don't know.
I guess you're right. The first thing was a little strong, but then I told a touching story about how much I love this father.
Right. Well, listen,
everybody forgot that, Artie.
I know.
That's right, Art. So, okay, so that's the show Mike Francesa show. We're talking about Mike Francesa, which Artie didn't hear and said that
and just
Mike,
went to town on
Mike was a fat ass, but it turned out Mike was defending him.
Well, listen, Mike clearly.
By the way, it wasn't a great defense.
Right, he said I'm not condoning it. I mean, he sounds like a 90-year-old in the 30s. Listen to those guys. I'm not condoning cursing.
It wasn't the greatest of defenses.
But most of what he did say was correct. It was. I mean, try to watch the first part with Brett Favre. There might not be a more interesting story in sports right now than Brett Favre, and they turned it into, like, taking an Ambien.
I was reading a guy named Tommy Craig's column in I think this is from Miami, but I don't know. I don't know where. He writes a column, and he said that he thought that Joe Buck's phony outrage over Joe Buck's show is ridiculous, that having Artie on
He invited Artie.
Artie was wild, and that's what they could have expected. And Joe Buck now distancing himself from his own show is sort of a wild thing in itself, that this is your show, and you kind of wanted this, and now you're conveniently saying you didn't want it. HBO took Artie's appearance off of YouTube. And they had it removed.
YouTube?
Yeah, off of YouTube because they had it removed. I didn't hear the rest of these, though. There's a couple other shows, I guess, that commented on Artie. This is the Dan Patrick radio show from here at Sirius, I guess.
Well, I guess that, Gary's happy because they stopped talking about the pitch.
Yeah.
Well, at least I did something manly. No. I was offensive.
Before we dive into Brett Favre's appearance last night on the Joe Buck show, the Joe Buck / Artie Lange show on HBO.
It's a good show, the Favre, and then the nice piece on David Wright, and then that great segment with Paul Rudd, who's hysterical, and Artie Lange, and some guy.
Paul Rudd wasn't hysterical.
Well, he only had 2 words.
Paul Rudd was there?
Yeah, I think
no
he
idea.
said, "Hi, Joe," and that was it.
It was a hijacking last night.
Yes, it was.
Brutal.
Yes, it was.
Brutal but transfixing TV.
I was not turning the channel. There's no doubt about that, but I've never felt more uncomfortable or sorry for a host in my entire life.
But what do you expect with Artie Lange? This is a comedian with Howard Stern, and Artie's off heroin, and if you listen to the show, Artie never shuts up anymore. He's got 1,000 things to say, and I think he probably got on and said, "Hey, you know what? This is kind of boring here. Let me liven this up."
Exactly.
He pulled a Howard, like when Howard did that to Arsenio Hall, and he's done it to other places. But they went to him, and the first thing he said to Joe Buck, I can't even come close to repeating on the air, but poor Joe looked like, I don't even know how to explain that. I mean, he was shell-shocked.
Yeah, I think that he, and probably had his family there. That's a big thing. It's his first show. It's HBO. He wants to get into the entertainment field. And I can host one of these shows. And
some producer in the back room in the early planning was like, you know what? Why don't we go a little crazy? Let's get a guy a little risque. How about Artie Lange?
That Artie Lange, I hear it. All the kids like him.
Yeah, it'll be great.
He's edgy. Yeah, that'll be good. But I think what he made the mistake of maybe waking Artie up a little bit, and he started to give him a little bit of grief. You, as a host, you got to be careful if you're going to pick your battles with a comedian, a stand-up comedian who's just going to fire back. I mean, Artie's used to doing this every single day of his life. And I think that's where Joe found out, especially the websites that Joe apparently goes.
Joe's 10 and 15-year-old sons, by the way, were in the audience.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I wasn't told that.
Oh, dear.
Why would that have mattered?
Well, you know what?
You know what? They're a little less innocent today.
Lang, you would have thought that he went on kicking and screaming, like he didn't want to go on the show. That's the feeling I got. It's like, I don't want to be here. And I'm just going to start taking shots. I'm bored. I'm going to start taking shots.
And the funniest part was he just says some really off-color stuff for about 2 minutes, and he goes, but, Joe, I love your father. He's a great broadcaster, one of the best old-school guy, didn't take any BS, and starts complimenting his father, but still throwing in swear words as he's complimenting him.
I thought it was 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 when I first tuned in. I did. I saw Artie. I went, is that, it's Artie. I thought it was 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 there.
All right. So now what is the Randy Cross clip, Gary?
This is one that came up on the wrap-up show yesterday that Artie was bummed out about, because I guess here at the
I'm not bummed out about it.
Here at the NFL channel, Randy Cross was on yesterday morning, and he made a comment about Artie.
And I guess the last thing I learned watching Joe Buck Live last night is not all comedy is funny. And Artie Lange's probably better off playing somewhere in a small dark cave on Broadway than out in the public eye.
Well, it was bad. That whole thing was a bad spot.
Yeah.
That was a bad match from the start.
Who is Randy Cross?
Who are these people?
Randy Cross was a football player for the San Francisco 49ers. He's adult. He played, he won a couple of rings, and he does broadcasting now. He's a big goofball.
Right.
And he was a football player for the 49ers. That's what he
has
did.
a show on Sirius?
I guess.
On the NFL channel?
How's his ass? Is it 3 seats wide?
No, he's probably in better shape, but let's put it this way. I'm so upset Randy didn't think it was funny.
Who's Colin Cowherd?
No idea.
Gary, what is this clip? The Joe Buck review by Colin Cowherd.
This is another ESPN radio guy. I don't even know who this is.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard this one. Don't know how this one pans out.
Well, yesterday, Joe Buck Live, he came on the show to promote his show, and he had Brett Favre on. And then he had Artie Lange at the end of the show. Artie Lange's been on Howard Stern's show forever. He's an alcoholic or a drug addict, acknowledges that. He's obese, kind of scatological, and he just imploded the show. He was awful and rude and condescending and mean-spirited. And HBO has come out and acknowledged it was a disaster, so HBO is not hiding from it. Then they had the after show for like 8 or 9 minutes. I guess he was even worse. I didn't watch that. It was very uncomfortable TV. I watched it. I think Artie's a talented guy. But, much like 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱, Artie is a obese drug user, so clearly he can't control himself.
What?
There's a lot of self-loathing going on. He's massively insecure. He's a mess. But that is what probably creates funny people. I mean, most comedians are a mess. That's why they're funny. Most artists. I mean, I was reading a story the other day about who's that kid that's real popular in L.A., Shia LaBeouf. He's an actor. Was he in Transformers or something, Fish? Shia LaBeouf. And he went on the record and said actors are just, he goes, I'm the most insecure guy in the world. We're all a mess. We're all freaks. That's why we're artists and actors. And that's the reality of it.
Well, there you go. You see? Wow. They
elevated you.
Elevated you. The league with Shia LaBeouf.
Could that guy sound like a bigger moron?
Well, listen.
I mean, what's okay.
He's weighing in on it, like we comment on stuff.
Absolutely. They're all talking heads. They all have to spout an opinion.
Right.
Here's the bottom line.
No, look, if you didn't think it was funny, that's one thing, but he just sounded like he was like he's commenting on artists.
But I don't know how you're like 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱.
No, but that's what I meant to say.
He said you were an obese drug addict twice.
But he said 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱 is an athlete who's not obese and not a drug addict. He said he compared me to 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿 may have a lawsuit, brother.
Hey, Marie, you're on the air in El Paso.
Hi, Howard.
Hi.
I love you.
Love you.
I just wanted to say, Artie, because I was a big Jackie fan, and so Artie's kind of humor, it's always been something that I don't really get or I don't really understand, but it's always kind of been like he's not really himself, and I think it was the drugs. And I've been in rehab. I've just been out of rehab for like a month. And I know exactly what he's going through because, like, I'm now myself. Like being and like shouting at people, and you know what I mean? You're being yourself, Artie, and that's what I really, really appreciate about your humor now, is that you're being honest, and that's what makes it really funny.
Okay.
No,
I guess
she likes you.
That was a weird turn, but thank you, sweetie.
She back into it.
I wonder how many times HBO will rerun this disgraceful episode.
Right. I don't know. It sounds like they're bleeping it, but it is on their website. It's still there.
I know it's bleeped somewhere. Some people write me letters now about this whole thing,
and can I say something?
I'm trying to understand it, and I think somewhere it's bleeped, and YouTube took it off. That's what I know.
I don't know why YouTube would take it off, but,
They don't take anything off.
HBO had it removed from YouTube somehow.
They don't want people seeing the unbleeped version?
Yeah.
One other thing about my intent, I was excited to be invited to that. That's a big deal for me. And a live HBO. It is for an HBO. I mean, I got a book out. It's an HBO show. Brett Favre and Michael Irvin are Hall of Fame guys. Favre will be. And, I didn't go there to do anything but try to make the show good and be funny. Joe Buck was very nice to me. He's a big fan of this show. And I didn't go on and try to hijack anything.
What was it like after when you were leaving? Did he shake your hand?
He shook my hand and said, "Great job, man. That was great." And
you weren't ushered out by cops or anything like that.
I mean, look, every one of the crew guys hugged me and said that was the greatest thing ever. I mean,
Joe Buck himself. What did Greenberg do?
I didn't see Greenberg on the way out. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, so I left. Right. I mean, I didn't know I had to stay an extra half hour for the internet thing. I mean, I had to get up in the morning, but I stayed. And again, I would never say this except to defend myself. But if you got Paul Rudd and Jason on the phone, the two guys,
they thought it was funny.
Who were with me?
Yes.
Paul looked at me and said, do you realize how amazing what you just did was?
Well, maybe we'll try to get this all going. We'll try to call Paul Rudd.
I believe Artie. I don't think I need to call Paul Rudd.
You don't?
I believe
I would
him.
like to hear everybody's take on this.
You need to hear it all. Marianne, why don't we have everyone in the world call it? Marianne from Brooklyn, you're on the air.
Artie, don't you have anything better to do than call a lame radio show?
What do you mean? He's promoting a book.
He's calling Mike and all these shows.
No, he called Mad Dog because Tim
Mad Dog to promote his book.
Tim asked him to do it.
Oh, but Howard,
Yes.
can I ask you something? Do you think that Artie using your name like Howard said it throughout this whole thing, are you upset about that, or it doesn't really matter to you?
No, Artie works with me, and he's quoting things that I said. I thought it was funny.
No, I'm talking about on the shows, like he says, Artie's my boss, and Howard's my boss, and I'm only gonna listen to Howard, and I only listen to the great Howard. You know, that's what he keeps saying, almost like you're his father figure, and he's got to put it out there, like you have to protect him.
No, I think it's a way of him saying that he works with me and respects my opinion.
Well, that's nice. I have to say one more thing. It's not such a big deal, Artie. Life goes on, you know what? And you should just, like, chill out because you're trying to be in, rehab and stuff. So everybody does have a life, so we should all move on. Love you, Howard.
All right, Marianne.
I am chill. I'm very calm. This is
I read a lot in the internet and stuff, and it seems like that man you're talking about, he said that he really wanted to kick you off, but because he promoted it so much, he wasn't going to do that, and that you were supposed to give energy and not that kind of raunchy, crazy behavior, because I think the reason...
All right, very interesting. David, go ahead. You're on in Toronto.
I just want to tell Artie, he's like a road that's been paved twice. Retard. You are less Italian than you are funny. I think you should concentrate on that. And the title of your new book, if you understand Italian, should be Chabot. It means fat.
Well, I'm an Artie fan.
I don't understand what he
sounds more
said.
like, I think this is Mr. Greenberg on the phone.
He did a great joke. You hear him? A paved road, retard.
Retard.
Yeah, no, I just,
that was a good one. That's funny, man. Can I use that one?
Howard's my boss.
Yeah,
you
right.
can use that one.
Thanks, buddy.
You can use that one, and maybe you'll get a laugh.
Right. I never get laughs.
People laugh because they're
I never get laughs.
Doesn't mean you're funny.
Oh, okay. What would mean you're funny? People not laughing?
No, it would mean people laughing because you said something that was actually humorous, not belligerent.
Oh,
people laugh out of
yeah, that's a lot of your detractors are saying you've become very angry and belligerent.
Oh, okay.
That you used to be sweet Artie, and now you're vicious Artie.
Okay, well,
I thought that the Joe Buck thing was entertaining. Now, I don't know. I don't even believe everyone's carrying on like this.
I can't believe it
was
either.
Very controversial. We had no idea that they would be debating this all over everybody's ears.
Listen, if I was on there with Barack Obama, I would not have said what I said. Okay?
You said it was a setting where you felt comfortable enough to do your thing.
Exactly.
All right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Now, were you excited by all this, or were you upset by it? What happened yesterday in your life? Were you turned on by all of the attention, or were you turned off to this?
I have to admit, Howard, I was turned on by it.
You liked it. You liked all the attention.
It's exciting. I mean,
did Team Lange come together and say this was a good thing?
I haven't met Team Lange.
Did you discuss this with your agent? Did you discuss it?
They all think it's great.
They like
that's
it.
what I was talking about.
Because
That's Team Lange.
the book apparently
is doing well.
Went through the roof.
So that's what you want.
Yeah. The
So
book,
you got what you needed.
Well, I mean, it's publicity,
Right.
And
so you weren't having any sort of second thoughts about it, doubts?
No.
You feel good about your appearance there, and
Howard, listen, all I can go by is I've done a lot of talk shows, okay?
Right.
And I've done 1,000 of these shows and whatever, and I've done a lot of things in front of an audience. I thought it was great.
Right. So that's all you have to worry about.
And I've been on
yourself.
and I've been on before, and I've thought I've been bad too.
Why defend yourself? That's what you've got to do in therapy. You got to say, listen, I thought it was great. That's what I did. I stand by it.
Well,
that's it.
People are.
Don't get affected by everyone's opinion.
I'm not affected by it.
Good.
really, I'm sort of just sitting here and people are coming to me. People called me, Tim called me and asked me to call Russo. Look, and everyone gets into this business because you want attention, and of course I was turned on by it.
I was glad to hear you say you were a narcissist. I think your numbers would be higher this week than mine.
I'm a narcissist.
He might be higher than you.
Yeah, you might be a little above a 34.
Right.
Robin, look, anyone who gets into comedy, think about what a comedian says to the rest of the world. Look, guys, I don't only think I'm interesting and funny, I think people will pay to fucking hear me. I mean, of course I'm a narcissist.
But I was going to ask you something. You would never go to your therapist to evaluate a performance, would you?
No, I wouldn't, but I might go to my therapist to understand why I care so much. Right.
I see. Okay.
Right. In other words, when I go into therapy, I have had issues where I care what everyone thinks. Mm-hmm. And we get into that. Why care about...
that's a different issue. I thought you were saying maybe you should talk to your therapist about, whether this was funny or not. And that's not what you're going to do.
No, I think Artie needs to deal in therapy with a lot of issues. This isn't one of them.
Right. What would he be talking about in relation to this, though?
His anger, he is lashing out at anyone who criticizes him, which is understandable. Mm-hmm. But the anger is so off the wall.
Right.
Well, you know what?
It's crazy that it's making his life like
a little bit unlivable.
And I would guess, if I may play a shrink here, that all of this excitement, all of this fighting with everyone, all of this turmoil is keeping Artie from really getting to the things that bother him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
he's keeping himself busy.
You're 100% correct.
Right.
Something about that, though. I remember going through an anger phase.
Yes, I remember that
in
phase.
the few months that I did therapy.
Yeah.
And then cured yourself.
Before I quit.
Right. Before you cured. Yes.
And that's one thing that happens. A lot of your unexpressed anger just rises to the surface, and it is a little bit uncontrollable at the beginning.
Oh, it's horrible. And what is that famous quote by Richard Nixon, like, your enemies only win if you get mad, because then you destroy yourself. You know? Look, Howard's right. I have anger in me that's tremendous, and it's about a bunch of things. And thank God I found a therapist that I like. Like, I really like. I call him on the phone when I can't see him. If I'm on the road. So I'm working on it, man.
I believe that you need to be in therapy 5 days a week for now. Okay. Now, I'm not making a joke.
I don't understand. Is it structured therapy? What are we talking about?
It's a psychotherapy, I believe, that Artie is involved with.
It's intense.
And it's...
But is it structured? Like, we see each other on this day at this
hour? Twice a week, based on his schedule and mine.
Based on
you don't have a set appointment?
In the beginning of the week, he'll say, I have this day and this day, and I'll say, okay, let's do it that way.
What about locking into 3 or 4 times a week at a set time?
I'll bring that up to him today.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the move, because
I think you could, get through this a lot easier, maybe dispel a lot of that anger.
I think he's
in therapy.
I think I'll get through a lot of money, too.
Well, that, too. We can run through that.
Hey,
you're right. No, listen.
Getting better does cost money.
If I could tell you,
investment in you,
if I could tell you what I spent on heroin, it
pales in comparison.
Way less.
What'd you spend a week on heroin? What'd you say? I mean, it's no exact number, I'm sure.
A week?
When you really were at your worst.
At my worst? Yeah. Well, I read once that that Yoko Ono and John Lennon in the 70s were spending $5,000 a week on heroin. In the 70s.
That was the 70s.
And I think, but you see, here's the thing. I was having it delivered because I was afraid to be seen going.
So there's a surcharge?
Well, absolutely.
It's like McDonald's, if they could deliver it to your house, they have charges of it.
And these were guys that I would overpay because I was afraid. I don't want them mad at all. You know. And I'll give you the most I ever spent in 1 week.
Go ahead.
probably. You know what? I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. Not because there's a bunch of issues here.
Oh.
By the way, I mean, how often do you have to have it delivered?
About twice a day. No,
Is that true?
No. A couple times a week.
Right.
Yeah.
How long does the delivery person hang out? Do they just deliver and then leave? Like
you don't have to hang with them.
Hang out with them?
Sometimes it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Sometimes they use bad language. Sometimes Ross Greenberg will say, look, you're Artie's heroin dealer. If it gets boring, try to mix it up a little bit. And they completely misread him.
Does the delivery person ever, like, once in a while, like, hand you the bag and then, like, pull it away real quick and, like, with you?
No, they don't want to. They want the money, so
they don't want to tease you with it.
That doesn't matter.
You're not in any mood to pull back the money, are you?
No, I'm not.
So when somebody, maybe let's put it this way, see if you can answer this. When somebody's habit is bad, like, what generally would they spend a week?
Well, here's the thing. I never
5,000 sounds like
I never shot it.
Right.
I believe John and Yoko were shooting it. You go through it way quicker.
Right.
So, I would say even adjusting $5,000 a week now would be money to pay for heroin because heroin's cheap.
Could you have spent $7,500 a week?
No.
No, not that
He's
much.
saying he didn't go that way.
No, he didn't go that way.
It's cheaper.
Well, it's like I never smoked cocaine either.
Right.
For some reason, I had these levels, and I was at parties where
there was times you were afraid to go that.
Yeah, because I would have lived in that bottle, and I was at parties where I was handed a pipe, I just said no to that somehow because I thought that was another level. And if you smoke coke, God, the money just goes because then you just get rid of it so quick.
Do you think you're insane?
On some levels, sure.
You do.
Yeah, I mean,
qualified.
I mean,
Are you
insane.
Do you think you're insane?
No, I don't think I'm insane.
In other words, do you think you have a death wish?
Oh.
Which would be insanity.
I think, yes, I know that.
Right.
I think at one time I might have, but not anymore.
All right, good. All right, well, that's good to hear.
Well, listen, Howard, I tried to commit suicide. Howard.
Right. So, are you insane?
No, I think I was at one point, but I'm not.
Now you're
listen, I'm not trying to be wah here, but the pain that I went through, the darkness of seeing my father the way he was,
right,
was so traumatizing to me. And my father asked me to kill him once a week.
Right.
And he was my best friend. And we did everything together. And when we played catch, my hand would hurt from how hard he threw the ball. And the last 4 years of his life, I had to wipe his nose. And it just, it really was something I couldn't get out of my head. And I never went to therapy for it. And my mother always looked tired. She would set her while working
let me
as
ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead. I mean, I'm just trying to answer
Your father, no, I hear you. Your father exhibited a lot of bad behavior.
Yes.
You described a story that I thought was almost too outrageous to believe that he would, install, phony cable.
But never did drugs or drank or anything, which is weird. And he never gambled. It was weird.
Do you think a lot of your outrageous behavior is an attempt to be like your dad?
Absolutely.
It is.
1,000.
Because you admire him so much that all of his negative behaviors you think are good.
You could not be more correct. My father would tell me stories about how he used to fool around in school and get in trouble. And that absolutely made me want to do that.
So you think?
Wait a minute.
So you think that being a real man is behaving outrageously or
Probably.
badly?
Well, no, not bad. But because in a lot of ways, I'm a good man, Howard.
No, I'm not accusing you of being a bad man. You're a good-hearted guy.
Yeah, but
you think outrageous and bad behavior
is manly.
Is manly.
Sure. In a way, there is, but I'm older now. I used to think that. I realize now, of course. I mean, listen, The stuff I do on an HBO
No, I'm not
show.
talking about, forget HBO.
Right, okay.
I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about
You're talking about his life.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about your life. I'm talking about doing outrageous things. That's stuff that you don't even talk about here.
I think I'm mature enough now to realize that that's wrong. But for a long time, I thought that was what a man was. Absolutely.
Let me ask you something though, because we were on the conversation about insanity,
Right.
and insanity is not regulatable.
That's right.
Okay, you can't control. That's what insanity is.
That's why I asked the question, because insanity means you're insane. It means, in other
It
words,
means you
there's
don't have a choice.
the only way that you can recover from it, if you want to call it a recovery, is to be medicated.
Right, you have to be controlled outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
So
You can't say, today I'm not insane.
right, so
You are if you're insane, that's it.
there's no
cure.
I was insane yesterday.
No, there isn't.
That temporary insanity defense. What do you think of that?
Insanity, that's why I asked you if you think you're insane, because...
Well, do you think I'm insane?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking that something's going on where my recommendation, and I don't say this lightly, the reason I said you should be in therapy 4 or 5 days a week is to find out what's really going on with you.
Right.
You should know what's going on with you.
Right.
In other words, you're an older guy with the heroin and stuff. That's dangerous stuff. I mean, you're playing with fire.
I understand.
And I love you, and I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
I know you do, Howard.
So the thing is that if you are insane, let's assume you are, they can medicate you.
Right.
And if they medicate you, you'll have a good life. There are many people I know in my personal life who are, mentally ill. And people go shocked when you hear, mental illness. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, let me hit fuzzy
I don't
hill.
want anything bad to happen to you. So if you are mentally ill, they should medicate you. If you're not, then you got to get to the bottom of this anger.
But let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something.
Right. Because you tried to commit suicide, and that scares me.
But I tried to commit suicide because I had just done coke for 3 days, and I ran out of it. And
so you might not be insane.
I don't think I am.
But taking coke for 3 days is insane.
I know. But so everyone who does coke for 3 days, there's a lot of people who do that. I mean,
and they're not all insane.
I don't think I'm insane. I don't think I'm insane.
Artie, sometimes the drug taking is an attempt at self-medicating because
of course it
of
is.
insanity.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, all right.
That could be behind the drug use,
But okay, and that's
it could be. I'm not a
completely
doctor.
understandable.
Yeah, I don't know.
I understand that.
Right.
But I'm not on any medication right now.
Right.
And for a couple of weeks on the show, I really was out of my mind, ruining interviews.
Right.
And do you feel I've made an adjustment there?
No.
No?
No. You've made some adjustment, but not
Well,
really.
some adjustment.
Not really. No. I don't think so.
But some adjustment.
Some.
Right.
Right.
So
I think you're having a hard time controlling yourself.
I'm going towards the.
Yeah. I think you're doing better. I just think that what I'm worried about.
That's on my own. So, and I'm going to keep and listen. I will keep trying to do that.
There's something going on though that concerns me. That in doing your own rehab, I think you're going through a tremendous difficulty right now. You came off heroin, which
Right.
I applaud you, and I think is unbelievable. I mean, an amazing feat, because anyone who understands addiction, that ain't easy.
Oh, no.
This is the hardest thing you're going through.
It's not just the drug.
And I don't think you even know inside of you how, forget the physical addiction, the
Right.
psychological addiction. That emptiness now, that void that isn't filled, has to be filled some other way.
Well, it's the Charlie Parker quote. They can get it out of your blood, but they can't get it out of your brain.
Right.
Absolutely.
When you're
But
an
not only
addictive person,
that, whatever you were taking it for, you're now subject to having to control
right.
or
You're
face.
feeling
Yeah.
things,
Absolutely.
thoughts are creeping in that
Absolutely.
the heroin would dampen. In a way, you were medicating whatever it is that's bugging you, whether it is insanity, whether it's just the death of your father, whether it's the combination of everything that goes on in the pressures of your life. Whatever's going on now, you're starting to feel.
Right.
And I think
That's a hell of a thing to have to go through on your own.
I know I have trouble negotiating my feelings. That's why I'm there 3 days a week. I can't imagine what it's like for you coming off heroin That's why I'm saying.
Well, I am going. I'm going, and it's 2 days a week now. But I'll tell the guy I want more. I believe you, Howard.
I'm telling you. I think that I'm worried because, listen, you're a dear friend. But aside from working with you, forget the work. I'm talking about you're a good-hearted human being and a good man and a funny guy and a talented guy. And I think that this is a lot of pressure you're going through right now.
It is.
I recognize that.
Thank you.
But you got to get assistance. I mean, you got to find out what's going on inside of you, because no one can do that on their own. Very few people. So, unless you're, so self-evolved that you can figure out what's going on.
And I'm not.
And I'm not either. So I'm not trying to set myself as an expert.
And there are some people who it's just a drug thing, and they just get off the drugs, and they're fine. But if the drug was something to cover up something else.
Sure it was.
That's the hard part.
Yeah.
You see, let me tell you something. Well, this is why I enjoy therapy now, and it's working. Just this conversation makes me feel better.
Right.
It does.
Because
and I appreciate it.
Right. Well,
because
it's
it's with people I respect.
Right.
Okay, And I respect this guy a lot.
Good.
And God, is he a wise soul. But
here's the other thing. You also tend to turn everybody into either they're the greatest or the
the
shittiest.
worst. All right.
He's a man.
I understand.
He's got expertise in this area.
Right.
He's going to sit with you. Some days you're going to hate him. Some days you're going to love him.
Right.
But he knows what he's doing. I know the guy's credentials.
Yes.
I was involved with that.
I know the guy's address. You better know what he's doing.
Right. You better, because there's a lot of money going on.
Yeah,
but as I said when you were first talking about it, it's a commitment you have to make to go through the rough patches and this lovely honeymoon.
Right, this is a honeymoon
going
phase.
On here.
I went to my psychiatrist today. I said, I can't this anymore. I don't want to be here. I want to get out. And by the end of the session, I felt great. So it was like, you're always going to have those feelings you want to get away from therapy.
Right.
I just say, look, who the hell knows what's going on? You've had a volatile past, the horror of your father, as you point out, and who knows what else went on there. You might have blocked out a lot that you don't even know really what went on.
Well, I mean, I can tell you for one thing, I was never abused in any way.
Oh, no. That does nothing.
I mean, I know. I'm just saying.
Me neither. I mean, look at us. Who's going to abuse us? No one's attracted to it.
Abuse comes in many colors.
Believe me, I wish someone would have abused.
No, I'm just saying. I just paid attention. And anybody can formulate an opinion on what you just said. I just want to make sure. I was not abused.
I'm not talking about abuse.
Right. I understand.
And
you're right.
If anything, my abuse was people ignored me because of the way
that
I
was
looked.
terrible for you.
Right. I wish someone would have touched me inappropriately.
I want to be abused.
So anyway, listen.
Right.
This is a topic for off the air, but the fact of the matter is.
So let's do it on.
Let's do it on. No. What I'm saying
so much
is,
better on.
I appreciate
even this episode with Joe Buck.
Right.
While I believe it was, television for me, anything goes. I'm not uptight. But I have a feeling even this weighs on you more heavily than you even know. Mm-hmm. That this is a lot of attention all of a sudden.
It is.
And there's a lot of pressure in it. Even the way, like, you're trying to convince this sports guy that you were funny.
You're convincing the mad dog.
Yeah, you're caught
turning into the mad.
You're caught up in a lot here, and there's a lot going on top of which you're running around the country promoting this book, doing stand-up.
It's a crazy month.
And you just got off heroin. So
it's nuts.
I'm saying this whole schedule sounds crazy to me. Everything about this sounds crazy.
Right.
Is what I'm saying to you. And, there's got to be time also to just sit down, relax, get in touch with your thoughts.
You're right.
And really focus on yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see that happening here. I see a lot of busyness to keep you busy, to keep you off of the heroin.
Off of Artie.
Yeah. Keep you away from it. Keep you off Artie, keep you off heroin, keep you off whatever it is.
Right.
There's a lot of running around. There's a lot of energy going on here. And I'm just,
a lot of distractions is what they call it.
And I hope the psychiatrist will sit with you and try and sort of say, hey, Artie, slow down. Learn to say no to a few things.
Well, that's what he said. He goes, because I called him from L.A. and he's like, where are you going? Like, I told him my schedule.
Right.
And up until July 1st, it is crazy.
And even with this show, it's like not everything has to happen at once. Like I always say to Artie, this is a long haul. We have another year and a half. Let's slow it down. Let's just take it easy. There's a lot of panic and pressure here going on. And I worry about you. And I've said this to you off the air, and I'll say it to you on the air. You're a friend, a dear friend. You're a good-hearted man. And I hope the audience doesn't forget that because, you know, a lot of people are saying they hear Artie's anger. They hear his, you know, he's vicious right now. You're a good guy. You're a good-hearted soul. And I know that about you. But I'm hoping and praying that you do take some time for yourself. Sit down. Yeah, okay, so you don't go away and do stand-up for a week, and it's going to cost you money for not doing stand-up, but
who cares?
I'd rather you spend the money, go to a shrink, and sit there and talk about yourself, even until you're sick of talking about yourself, till you break through, until you get to understand what's going on, and let him understand who you are.
Right.
Because if the theory is that you're insane, good, get medicated. That's easy. That they can fix. If it's not insanity that you're doing this to
Howard
yourself.
makes this all. Not everybody is capable of dealing with the medication either.
That's right.
It's not that easy.
No, what I'm saying is
like
this is complicated. So what I'm saying is, I don't think Artie's insane.
I don't either.
But I'm saying is, go get
if I was insane, Howard, I don't think you'd keep me here. I mean,
you don't know that for sure, Artie. I've seen him hire insane people.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm sitting 2 feet from him every day.
They couldn't keep the job.
Insane people, you know, listen.
Right.
I'm being dramatic for purposes on the air, but the fact of the matter is, we don't know what's going on inside of you, nor do you.
You know what? You're right.
I don't know what's going on inside of me.
That's what's scary.
I'm having somebody diagnose me and help me.
And you know what? And for years, I pushed that away, and now I'm embracing it.
All right. There you go.
And and it's a lot of credit goes to you for that, man, and I appreciate it. You found the guy, and I love the guy.
Well, Artie, as important as all of this is...
Yeah, but the one thing I would like to say is, you know, because I much like Artie, I am fascinated by people who are out of control, you know, because he's always talking about, you know, his hero, Keith Richards and John Belushi, and, you know, every hero he has, Charlie Parker, they're all crazy. And, and they were literally insane.
That's right.
And, I was watching that Hunter S. Thompson thing, or Thomas, whatever his name
Hunter
was.
S. Thompson.
Thompson.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Well, I wasn't watching that. I was watching a documentary about him.
Yeah.
And the man's brilliant, but he's in pain every day of his life. And he's taking these drugs to try to get out of his own head. And eventually, you know... it took a long time, but he eventually killed himself. And it was like, you know, that's what I worry about with Artie, is the darkness.
That's right.
That severe.
Well, that's why it has to be diagnosed.
Well, you know...
And you can't get diagnosed in a day on something like that. So
Hunter S. Thompson, I believe, blew his head off at the age of 60 because that's the exact age Hemingway did. I think he said, Hemingway blew his head off when he was 60, and that's what I'm going to do. Believe me, guys... I promise you, I'm not in that place. I'm not there.
All right.
I'm not
That's
there.
good.
I'm far from it, as a matter of fact. I might be annoying, but I'm happy.
By the way, as important as all of this is, there's something more important to discuss. Everybody is here for the Bang My Dad update.
By the way, I saw these people. This was so funny. I saw them on the street yesterday as I'm driving the 2 daughters and the father, and he had a smile on his face.
Yeah, well, we'll find out what happened right after this. Let's take a break. Everybody calm down.
Wow, that was a rough hour, man.
Well, listen, you're the toast of the town. You're the man of the hour.
I don't even care about that. I mean, I appreciate the last 10 minutes here, but, you know, I promise you, I'm doing better. Good. And I'm working on everything really hard because I want to be alive forever now.
Yes.
And I got a second chance. The doctor told me I'm lucky to be healthy. Like I always thought I was going to die from health issues, and he said, no, if you can control your anger and stuff and not destroy yourself, you'll be around for a long time.
You might actually live.
And I want to live for a long time.
Well, that's good news.
All right.
Not to everybody on the Stern Fan Network, but I do want to live for a long time.
The Stern Fan Network wants everyone dead. All right, listen, we got to take a break. Artie is here. He wants to live, and that's the important message.
I do.
like friends of yours?
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. That's got to fuck your
I
head
see
up.
my friends shot and killed people too, though.
Right.
So the double whammy.
Isn't it amazing you're not dead?
No, I'm not supposed to die. I'm supposed to be here to give you a hard time, Howard.
You think you're invincible?
Nah.
Do you think you're invincible?
No, I'm not invincible. Matter of fact, I'm pretty, oh man, what am I? Obscure, really, now when I think about it.
No, not really. I mean,
Yeah,
hey,
really,
you know what? You look in better shape than I've ever seen
Well,
you.
that's all I have left, Howard, is my body. That's all I have left. I have no money, I have no nothing. All I have left is my body, so I have to make what I have the best I have.
But money's coming back. Like you said, things are going well. I mean,
I owe so much money to people from my past. What's that? Baddest man on the planet days, man. Please, man. I'm not even thinking about that. That's not going to happen. It's not going to stop. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, but you know what's
no,
crazy?
No,
it could happen. It could happen that you're going to come back and make a lot of money. I mean, you've got a bunch of really good projects going on.
I was going to say, aren't there some projects in the
Do you
works?
think it jinxes you? Do you think it jinxes you to say things are going well? Is that what your thing is?
I'm just happy to be here and be alive and be here talking to you, and that in itself is success.
You know what I read? I read that when you sued Don King, there was no doubt you were going to win that lawsuit. And this lawsuit was for like $100 million that you felt you were owed, you know. You settled the lawsuit for $14 million because you said, you know what? I don't have the money to pay these lawyers, and fuck it. I'm just done with this. But you could have won that lawsuit, couldn't you?
I don't know. Money wasn't a big thing to me.
Will never, ever rip off or take advantage of my boxers.
Well, I'm not going to do
that. That was a dig at Don.
No, never a personal dig at
Bullshit.
Don. No, really.
Come on.
It's a personal dig at everybody that's been dicked over by a promoter, not just Don in particular. Because Don didn't invent this.
Yeah,
Don didn't invent this.
But that was the guy you felt did it to you.
Well, I did it to myself too by associating with him. You know, I have to take some responsibility as well. The common denominator is that I was there.
Yeah, I always kept thinking you should have stuck with those two white guys.
That wasn't working well either.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't working.
But they weren't taking money from you, were they?
Yes.
They were?
It wasn't working well. It wasn't working well, dude.
Wow.
It wasn't working well.
Can't trust the black man, can't trust the white man.
No, that's pretty much
Can't
what it
trust
is.
the man.
When it comes to green stuff, not many people you can trust.
It corrupts everybody.
Yes.
I'm honest. I would, if I was your promoter, I never would have
you're not
taken
in
the
the
dime I didn't
boxing
deserve.
business.
Well, I should have helped you out.
You would never survive, Howard.
Really?
No.
What do you mean by that? So if you're becoming a boxing promoter, how are you going to survive if you're honest?
You just wouldn't do it, Howard. You just wouldn't do it, Howard. I just don't see that happening with you.
Do you have any clients presently as a boxing promoter?
Yeah, I have world champions.
Who do you have?
I have a Jonas Mendez. He's a 130-pound world champion. He's getting ready to fight and get a unification of his championship and be the unified sole champion of the whole world.
Now, are you actively making deals for him? Are you handling his business?
That's not my job. My job is to make sure he fights the best fights and get the best money from the fights. That's all.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't make any deals for him. No, that's his manager's job to make deals for him.
So what is your job?
My job is to promote the fights for him.
Oh, I see. So you go out there and say, hey, this is my
and
fighter.
All that stuff, yeah.
Huh.
No, nobody's my fighter. I don't own any fighter. I have nothing to do with any fighter. I'm just an independent promoter, and these guys fight for me, and that's what happened.
And that's a business.
My little stable, yes.
And so when you go over to China, just like you just got back from China, you really are serious that you don't remember why you were there?
Okay, I went there. I think I went there to promote a product for knocking out colds, and I went there for some family values.
Right.
And this is really crazy, Howard, because I'm so used to really a lot of dark things being involved in my life that I have so much light. And and the people, even in America too, they look at me at a different perspective. But just in America, they produce so much hate. It's very difficult to get out of that little schmuck world that I got involved with. This is the only country that produces so much hate and venom and ooh, you could.
I agree with you. I mean, I go on this Twitter, I see people are vicious, and these are my fans. These are people who like me.
These people have no. Why is that? Because that's what we promote. We have more guns than we have people here.
That's true. Yeah.
Nothing's all about hate selling. We're a drug nation. That's why more people are on drugs here than any place else in the world. More people are on drugs here than in Colombia, and they send the drugs here. You know,
that's
in all
crazy.
those Latin American countries, more people on drugs here, and then England, all these countries. We're a smuck nation.
Yeah.
A real smucky, nasty sewage nation.
You got to work on your Yiddish. It's schmuck.
No, I like smuck.
Smuck is not Yiddish.
No, I'm not Yiddish. I'm black.
You can't reinvent the language.
Smuck
Yes, you
and
could.
black.
Yes, you
right.
could. It's like Ebonics. It's like Jewish Ebonics. So, listen, schmuck is something significant.
Right.
But smuck is not even half a dick. It's just smuck.
Are
Not
you-
even a sh. It's not there. It's just smuck.
While
Okay?
you're in New York, will you go back to Brooklyn? Will you go visit the old neighborhood?
Well, yeah, because my birds are there, so I go see some of my friends.
You will go.
Yes.
Is that bad for you to go there?
I don't know.
Like, does that bring up bad memories, man? Because I think of your early life as just shit. Like, I wouldn't go visit. My neighborhood was shit, and I don't want to go. 60 Minutes brought me back there.
The reason that I went back to, I go back to my neighborhood because going back to my neighborhood over the years, so many people have been produced that became successful just because I became successful.
Right.
You know, they said, wow, Mike can do it, I can do it. And that's not saying that they look up to me. That's probably saying, if he could do it, I know I could do it because I'm better than him.
So
that's
when
how
you
they
go
look at a
home-
situation. They don't never look at a situation, wow, man, I'm going to look up to him. It's, man, I'm better than him. I could do this.
When you go home, is it a pleasant experience when you go back to the neighborhood? Do you have an apartment there, or you stay in a hotel?
No, I don't go there. No, I just go there for
couple hours.
Hang out and fly my birds.
Yeah.
And I leave. Oh, sometimes I spend
Well,
the
who
night there at my
takes care of
friend's
the
house.
birds when you're not
Oh,
there?
the whole staff there, buddy. It's the whole staff. This is what we do.
Yeah?
This is our culture in Brownsville. We just fly birds, and that's what we do.
And you trust these people with your birds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's their birds, too.
So weird that you're into birds in a way.
It is weird. I look at that, too, but it's more of a culture. That's my culture. I'm going to
No,
do it
I
till
see
I die.
it. I see it like you see birds who can spread their wings and fly, and that's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson wants to spread his wings and fly. Like
You can't spread my wings and fly because I'm always so many responsibilities. I have my kids here. I got what? I got my wife here. I got this. Oh, I would like to spread my wings, but I don't spread my wings.
So when you fall off the wagon, do you have to leave home and not be around your wife? Because she must go berserk when you fall off the wagon. I mean, I can't imagine what that's like.
It's not good stuff.
Does she send you out of the house, or she says, "Okay, stay home and drink"?
I don't know. I'm not there to hear that. That's why I'm not there.
So
to
when you fall off the wagon, like Mike Tyson Family Man goes out the window, and you're kind of like just
I'm
run.
out there. I'm just out there.
How long did the drinking last?
I'm just out there, dog.
What are you up to when you're out there? I can't imagine. Are you fun, Mike?
No, I'm not really a fun guy.
You're not fun when you're drinking, or are you like angry?
I'm really an angry guy. I'm really. You know what I found out about doing this book with Ratso?
Yeah.
This is what I found out. I found that I have so many resentments. I didn't know what resentments were.
Right.
Until somebody explained to me what resentments. I said, yeah, that's me. I have resentment.
You're angry at everything.
Yeah, not everything.
You're one of the angriest guys I know, and I'm one of the angriest guys I know. So
I'm
it's
angrier than you, huh?
you might be angrier than me. Well, you know what you're angry about. I'm sure you've worked through this. I mean, you got to be pissed off at your mother, your father, the way you fucking grew up. No one took an interest in you. Just some fucking old white guy who wanted you to box. I mean, you got to be fucking pissed at the world. You've got to be.
I don't know. But maybe not the world, but at me.
No, but why are you mad at you? You were a little boy. You didn't do anything wrong.
No, I'm mad because I didn't kill those people that I had resentments for.
You want to kill them.
Yeah, big
That's
time.
what that is. And then when you went into the boxing ring, man, you were just beating up every asshole that ever was in
And
your
that's what I
life.
realized too. That was all anger.
Yeah.
It was all anger. And I always thought it was just my relaxation. I was so dialectical by expressing it. I was really, really anger and bitterness.
Yeah.
And I hated being short.
Do you?
You did.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'10.5".
That's not that short.
That's not short, but in boxing, I
for what I
suppose
do,
it's short.
what I did as a
Yeah.
living, it was pretty short. Yeah. It's
I mean, in other words, if you were a taller guy, if you were 6'2", it would have been so much easier to knock a motherfucker out.
No, maybe it wouldn't have. Maybe it would have been more difficult.
Oh, you
Everybody said your height made you difficult to fight.
think? Right.
I don't know, but I just didn't like, but in my personal life, I didn't like being short.
Yeah, well, I'll tell
Yeah.
you what. I'm 6'5". I feel too tall for the world. I'll give you 3 inches.
Thank you, very kind.
I swear, I'd like to knock down to about 6'2".
Really?
Yeah. Let me see what the hell you're promoting. You got a bunch of stuff going on.
Too much stuff, right?
Don't miss Being Mike Tyson. Check your local listings for air times. What's that about?
Man, this is like a 6-part series of me being like 𝗛𝗵cie𝘄. Let's go see Mike. Let's see Mike. What is this stuff? Live Back His Future. Let's go back and talk to Evander Holyfield about the ear biting. Let's go hang out in Brownsville. Let's see your friends in Brownsville. Let's watch Mike in his prison coop in Brownsville with his friends.
I mean, that's interesting because you got an interesting life. Yeah. You do go and visit Evander Holyfield?
Yes.
And that's cool?
Well,
I don't know how he forgives you for biting his ear. I do not get it. That's forgiveness.
Well, I like that because he's a good Christian man and everything, and he forgives me. And I forgave him, too, for busting my head with his head, too. So it's a double whammy, of course.
Well, that's right, because he headbutted you in that fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
But the ref said at the time, and I mean, take it for what it's worth, he said that the headbutt was purely accidental.
Well, of course, if you watch the show, maybe the first one was, but not the other 10 or 15.
Right. So he deserved it.
Well,
you have no regrets. Did you ever apologize to him?
Absolutely, I have regrets. No doubt about that. I have regrets.
Did you apologize to Evander?
Big time, yeah.
Oh, you did. What do you say? Where do you go to apologize to him?
This guy is such a simple guy. He's such a beautiful person, man. He's just, man, he's a very special person. I know people don't see that because of the introvert. He's such an introvert, but he's just such a special person.
Yeah, I interviewed him once. He was a pretty quiet guy.
Nah, he's a good guy. If you have to spend time with him, he's a really good man.
Yeah, what's he do now?
Well, he sells hot sauce, barbecue sauce, I believe.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Does he have any money, or did he blow through it?
I have no idea.
You know everything. You're such a yenta.
They say he does it. What the hell is a yenta? That means nigga. That sounds like a nigga.
No. A yenta's a guy who loves to gossip and find out what's going on, especially with other fighters.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so you know if he has money. You know you do.
Well,
did Evander blow through his dough?
I don't know. They said he filed for bankruptcy.
There you go.
I don't know.
And he has lots of kids. He's got more kids than you.
Yes, he does. He had a lot of fun, too, huh? He had a lot of fun with that money.
Did you have fun with your money? Did you have fun with your money?
Whenever I had a chance to, yeah.
You know, the common joke is when you were at one point when you were, living in Vegas and you had the tiger, the pet tiger and all that, people said you admitted that you slept with the tiger, which is unbelievable to me. And the joke is people were worried for the tiger, that you would hurt the tiger because you're so fierce and you're such an intense guy. But the thing is that when I think of the lifestyle with the big houses and the tigers and just to feed a tiger is a fortune.
Yes, it is.
Giving away cars to cops and stuff. It's so much money, so much
Don't
excess.
forget God forbid, don't forget my girlfriends, My friends try to give me, this is so interesting. My friends tell me, hey, Mike, you don't even need no more girls. You're in the Hall of Fame for girls. Yeah, I'm in the Hall of Fame for fucking shameless hoes. That's what I'm in the Hall of Fame of.
You fucked like a champ, though, didn't you?
I don't know about all that stuff.
I heard some famous quote from you.
No way.
You said something about fucking women like grapes. What the hell was that quote? But what was the quote?
I don't know.
There was
that was a long time ago.
I
thought I was a stroke master, but
you were a stroke master. In fact,
no more, dude.
You said that
I wouldn't even show it to anybody no more.
No, huh?
Yeah, not the same, dude.
What do you think of these guys on social media showing their dicks and pictures of all this stuff? And, it's just wild, right? What's going on?
Some people
You would never do that. Were you ever taking pictures?
Did you ever take pictures of it? Did you ever take a sex video? Did you ever do anything?
Oh, man, that's so cool. That's doing that stuff.
Because you're in shape. You have no problem.
You're in good shape, yeah. If I'm in good shape, I would love to. Yeah,
but you have not. You never made a sex video.
Absolutely. Especially when I'm in good shape and stuff.
Do you have any of those?
They never come out.
No.
What did you do with them? Because weren't you nervous they would come out, or you don't give a shit? Unbelievable. God. How much pussy? Have you ever counted the amount of women that you've had in your life?
No, I don't know how. I didn't have many. No.
Is it a waste of time? What would you tell a young boxer out there if he was looking for advice, and he'd go, "Hey, Mike, I just want to get famous and fuck all these girls"? What would you say to him?
I wouldn't say anything.
You wouldn't give advice?
No, you just have to go and follow his own code.
But you know as well as I do, at the end of that road,
it'll be really empty, lonely night.
Right. But guys still want that, right? That's the macho thing.
Well, we don't understand in life. We believe as many women that we conquered, it makes us so much. It just makes us big people, but it actually takes us so much away from us.
It does.
It really takes so much away. You become none and void. You don't become interested no more. Too many people had you. You've been tossed around too much.
Well, you're allowing people to use you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Emotionally, physically.
And that's why I think you're so angry, because people used you your whole life. For their purposes, they used you, and they didn't really love you unconditionally.
Well, I've used a lot of people, too, so I can't use the sorry for myself card. I would love to use that card. It's not gonna work well, because I did a lot of using and abusing, too, so...
Isn't it amazing how women will just fuck you if you're famous? It is just crazy.
I feel so disgusting. How can somebody fuck me? I say sometimes to myself, oh my God. It's so disgusting. I tell them, hey, I got a disease. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I got a disease. It's okay. It's okay.
I got a badass sore on my ass.
What is this? Are you a doctor? What is this right here? It's okay.
Doesn't matter. You're Mike Tyson.
Oh, man.
It's crazy, right?
Oh, being Mike Tyson again, we got to talk about my stuff.
All right. Okay, so being Mike Tyson, where you actually go and you hang out with Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, I played chess with Muhammad Ali. No, checkers. I'm sorry, checkers.
Checkers.
Checkers with Muhammad Ali.
And he wins, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I don't let him win, but he wins.
Do you get sad when you hang out with Muhammad Ali?
No. I'm just...
Oh, come on.
No, I'm serious. No,
but how can you not be sad? I mean, this is a guy who was not only in terms of his his oratory and all of his skills and I think you see the guy. He's like locked in a shell.
How old is Ali now? What is he? 60 what?
How old, Robin? You would know.
Probably 68, 69.
68, 69. When we reach his age, we don't know what we're going to be like when we reach his age.
No, but he's been suffering for a long time.
Well, listen, we don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I might get hit by a car tomorrow. Something might fall on your head. I'm just happy to be in his presence.
Right.
That's all it's about.
But you don't get sad?
No.
I would think you would be.
No. At one time I was. But who am I to get sad at him? This man had a magnificent life, a magnificent career.
Does he have a magnificent life? What does he do now?
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants.
You go to his house and you play checkers.
I went to his house on occasion and we hung out and he plays checkers.
Were you able to communicate with him?
Yes.
And what did he talk to you? Did he say, hey, Mike, you got to calm down or something?
No, he doesn't talk nothing about that, no.
What does he talk about? Religion?
Sam Cooke, Elvis Presley.
Oh, really?
No, those are his boys when he was younger. So he reads about them. And he always read about them.
Still religious? Are you still religious?
I believe.
But, I mean, you went...
Are you a Muslim?
When you were in prison...
I'm always been a Muslim.
You converted to being a Muslim in prison,
No,
right?
I've always been a Muslim. Prison just took the credit for it.
Well, you said you were the most comfortable in your life being in prison when you got locked up.
Comfortable.
You were comfortable.
Pretty much.
Like you liked it because, you just kind of read... You did your thing.
I did whatever I want.
The prisoners were kind to you.
Yeah, it was good. I ate what I want. I had a girlfriend there. She was great. And
the prison woman.
Yeah.
I can't believe you were fucking a prison guard. That's so fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I like that you broke.
A counselor or something.
And I like that you broke up with her while you were in prison.
Well, I had to break up with her because somebody found out, and so I didn't want to get in trouble. So,
well, if they found out that you were fucking the guard, the weird thing is you would have gotten more time added on.
That's what the internal affairs guy was telling me, and I was nervous about that situation.
Can you imagine, like, you're in prison?
And she got pregnant too, believe it or not. She got pregnant, and my friend took her to get an abortion.
No kidding.
Wow.
Why didn't she have Mike Tyson's baby?
Because she would have been in a lot of trouble. She'd have probably been in jail herself.
But isn't there more money in having Mike Tyson's baby and, getting a payday on that?
I don't know.
After doing time?
I think she was just a beautiful person, and I don't think that's what she was really about.
Is she still a prison guard, do you know?
I don't believe so, no.
All right, get the fuck out of that business. That's a tough business.
You don't stay in touch.
No way. My wife wouldn't allow it.
And is that still the biggest thing that irks the shit out of you in your life, the whole Desiree Washington thing? Does that still, like, fucking drive you crazy?
No, it used to, but now when I did my book again, then I started thinking about it again. I said, I would like to do something really interesting about this.
Have you ever run into her?
No, I would never run. She doesn't go any place I would go.
Yeah, right. But, I mean, she basically accused you of rape, and you've said all along, I will never apologize to her because I did not rape her. You've said that. But how do you ever fucking prove that you're telling the truth?
And it's a difference of opinion.
That would drive me insane.
Well, you're already insane, Howard.
I know, but let's say listen, but as you say, listen, it was consensual sex. And you even got out of prison. You wisely said, from now on, when I have sex, I'm going to videotape this fucking sex because I got to make sure I'm never accused again. You didn't want to give up your sex life.
You know what, Howard? When it really comes down to it, right? Fuck those people. And fuck people that think that I've committed that crime. Fuck them in their motherfucking ass. They won't even come to my face. If they could just come to my face and tell me what they think about it, I would respect. I won't even respect. They don't even have the nuts to come to my face and say, you did that and fuck you, and deal with whatever happens after that, the recoil after that. You know, so how am I going to respect them? They don't respect themselves. They don't really believe that, because they really believe that I will be getting the hate stuff.
Those people will not come up to your face and say it. They'll say it on Twitter. They'll say it everywhere else. But they ain't coming up to your face because they're scared shitless of you.
Well, listen, that's what we live in. We live in this world, a scared, frightened, pathetic, hate-monger world in America. That's all it is. We think this is the greatest country in the world. No, it's not the greatest country in the world. You know, we're getting friendly fire. People are getting killed by their own, on their own side. Our guys are shooting our own guys in the army. You know,
were you surprised that in Syria we were so quick to go bomb?
Hell yeah. You know, of course you want to go. They want to make money for their friends. They want to go over there, conquer these guys, take all their money, take all their oil, whatever they got to process, and take it. Because you hear Kerry say, well, we're not going for really a war. We're going to go for a little it's going to be a little strike, nothing big. Right. But listen, you know, we have to learn our lesson, right? There's don't ever believe there's anything easy about war. Nothing's going to be simple and easy about war.
Like you drop a bomb and then you walk away.
And it's people die. Right. So what's that mean? We're going to just kill a few people and that's it. Not a lot of people. That's ridiculous.
So what were you thinking with Syria when you saw these kids getting gassed and stuff? Like, we can't go in. In other words, we can't be the police of the world and we can't just bomb everyone.
No. We can't defend those people. If these people, like the Syrian army, for instance, who is Russia going to tell us what to do? How the Russian people going to tell us what to do? Right. So we're going to go in there, right? And they say, all right, we're not going to use it. They already gassed people. Somebody got to pay for the people that already got gassed. So we're not going to do it no more. Here's our gas weapons. Now we're going to put them on the table and put them away. No, but people got gassed already. What are we going to do about that? Somebody has to pay for the people that got gassed already.
Well, how do you do that?
Hey, we don't do it.
We don't.
Can't
get involved.
Because we're not going to get involved.
Were we right to go to Afghanistan, though, after the World Trade Center?
Hey, listen, man, we can do whatever we want to do.
We're do.
America.
Howard, I can't believe you're asking Mike Tyson.
We can do what we want to do.
Mike knows something. What do you mean? Why can't Mike ask Mike?
We want to do.
Nobody would ever imagine.
We can do whatever we want to do. We're Americans.
Robin, wait a second. What's wrong with asking Mike Tyson what to do? Everybody's got an opinion.
You're asking, because I'm sitting there thinking about
what do you think about
Dennis
it, Robin?
Rodman.
What do you think
Dennis
about it?
Rodman diplomacy.
Dennis Rodman.
And now you're asking Mike Tyson questions about
Dennis Rodman
world
brought
events.
up Mike Tyson the other day. Dennis Rodman had a press conference. He went to Korea. He was meeting with
we shouldn't go to Korea.
Right.
We shouldn't go over there.
You disagree with Rodman going there?
We shouldn't go over there.
I agree with you. I think that little fucker who runs that place got it from his dad. He's enslaving his people. It's a country full of slaves who have no freedom whatsoever. And when Rodman goes over there, he's like kind of saying, hey, I condone this kind of thing.
Guy's not so bad.
But Dennis feels he's doing something good. He's opening up relations, and he said, how come me, not Mike Tyson? That's what he said.
I don't know. I don't want to go over there.
You're not going to North Korea?
No, I don't want to do that.
Shit, I'm not leaving my house. What do you think of that? Yeah, I don't want to do it either.
Why don't we go over to Syria? We do anything else we want.
Well, maybe.
What I don't agree is how could Russia tell us what to do?
Well, Russia's...
Well, the reason we're not going over to Syria
All right, tell
is
me,
because
Robin,
we
I wanna hear
learned
this.
our lesson in Iraq.
What happened in Iraq?
That's what. In Iraq, we removed the dictator, and then it became our problem.
Right. That's it.
All right, so
there's your answer.
All right, I know, Robin. Now I have nothing else to say. I'm no longer politically involved.
You shut up, Mike.
Yes, right. But I'm sure we took some goodies before we got rid of the dictator, too. I'm sure we got some
Hey,
money
I'll
out of
tell you
there.
one thing. I didn't get any of the goodies.
I know, but you know what happened over there, so it looks as if you may
But
have
my
got
point
something.
is, the rest of us aren't going along with it anymore. We don't get any of the goodies.
I'd love to
That's
see a
right.
fight
That's what I'm
between
talking
Mike
about.
Tyson and Putin, that guy from Russia. I'd love to see you take him on.
Well, Putin's only 5 foot tall. How am I
So
fight
fucking
this guy?
what? He's in shape. The guy does work out. I'd love for you to box him.
I don't want to box Putin.
Would you ever in your life want to, like, if somebody said to you, I'm going to give you $1 billion, would you ever go in the ring again?
I'll never fight again.
You never will.
I won't fight again.
You don't think you'd have the...
I'm just not that person anymore.
Wow.
Just not that
See, I think somewhere in there, Iron Mike Tyson exists.
No.
You know?
Not in there no more. Only maybe if my children and family's involved with something. Other than that, I'm not going to do that anymore. I got mad. I was going to get mad at this woman over $15,000. I thought she was going to try to bewilder me, be slick for $15,000. I was like, I will kill you, give me my money, you fucking bitch.
When was this? In China?
No. The other day, some meet and greet I was at.
And they owed you $15,000.
Give me my money, I'm going to fucking kill you, bitch.
So the inner Mike came out.
Yeah.
The evil Mike.
Yeah.
But that's everybody, Mike. You think you're so different? Everybody gets pissed off.
But listen, the world treats me different when I get pissed off. That's the only thing that's
true.
different.
You have to watch yourself.
Don't get pissed off, he's a crazy nigger. Oh, no.
Did she give you the money?
Yes, she did.
She did. So getting crazy gets you what you want, doesn't it? Wow, who the fuck is the woman that wouldn't give you the $15,000? She's a brave woman.
She wasn't that brave. Once I confronted her, of course.
I tell you, you got something in your life that I'll never... I wish I knew what it was like to take my fist and knock a motherfucker out. I don't know that. I don't have the power.
Oh, that's a scary feeling because, sometimes they don't get up. And you're like, oh, is he dead?
Who gives a shit? It must be great to be that masculine. I mean, seriously, don't you think back at some point in the world, you would have been a world conqueror, like Genghis Khan or something. You know what I mean? The way you could knock motherfuckers
I never
out.
want to live that life again. Oh, shit. I want to live that life again.
If I could do what you did.
I do it too good. That's why I get punished for it. I used to do it too good, Howard.
I think being world heavyweight champion is one of the greatest experiences because, number one, there's no team. It's you. You did it. No one else. There's no team behind you. It ain't like a football player or a basketball player or any of this bullshit.
Gotta share the wealth.
Man, oh man. Mano a mano.
When I was champion, the world was so jealous. People were so jealous.
Fuck yeah.
They were so fucking jealous. God, let me stop.
No, because you were a real man.
They were so jealous.
Because you could do it.
They're so jealous.
Of course they're
Let's
jealous.
talk more about what I got going on over there.
All right. If you want to talk about this bullshit, I'm talking about knocking the motherfucker out.
Knock a dick in the dirt.
All right, here we go. So we will get into your life and we'll know what it's like to be Mike Tyson. Nothing was held back. Did you ever, during the taping of the show, say, hey, don't air that?
I forgot what it was. I'm sure I did.
Right. Mike's memoir, Undisputed Truth. Now, I'm going to read that. I don't read a lot of books. I love not to know. I can't read. It just bores
love
the
not
shit.
to know. Oh, my God.
It just annoys the shit out of me, all that reading. But I'll read your book. Will I learn something new in this book?
I don't know. Maybe.
Will you list all the pussy you got?
No,
that would be like 100 pages.
Definitely. I'll list all my diseases I received.
What diseases did you receive?
I don't know. You'll read the book and find out.
Did you have to go on tetracycline and?
Ooh, yeah, that's that real super stuff, right? Yeah, that's that stuff.
You got what? Did you get? You got
crabs, herpes. What?
No, I never got crabs before, but check it out. Dog.
Did you get herpes?
No, you got to check out the book. check out the book.
Well, give me a taste. Did you get the herpes?
No, you check the book out. In the book,
Mike, did you get the herpes?
No. Robin didn't tell you?
No.
All right, check the book out, nigga. Check the book out. You better watch that. You don't have no stuff. You say you've been with.
Did you ever get?
Did you use a rubber?
You slept with Mike Tyson, Howard.
Yeah, that's right, Howard.
You know what? I consider that an honor, and I didn't say I slept with anybody. I just said we went out on a date.
You
That's
know,
all.
you did say that, Howard.
Did I? Well,
yeah,
I don't
just
know.
Now you
I
said
think
that.
you're very nice. Did you ever fuck ugly girls just for the hell of it? Like, did you ever say, I'm getting all this top pussy in the planet? Did you ever say, what? I'm going to fuck a fat chick like the old days?
Let me see. Well, if you're, how am I say this? Oh, I better not say this.
No, say it.
No,
I want to know.
this.
What do you mean how I say this? What?
Sometimes my criteria is just
say?
breathing.
Right.
Sometimes
that's fun.
Sometimes it's just breathing.
Robin, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Howard.
Are you implying that sometimes you had sex with people who were not breathing? No.
Well, after I finished,
breathing was always.
They weren't breathing. After I finished, they weren't breathing.
I would imagine making love to you for a woman is a lot to handle. I really would.
Say what?
I would imagine for a woman to make love to you is a lot to handle because you're so masculine that you could, and the way you're so powerful that you could almost break them in half. I'm being serious.
Listen, it's nothing they can't handle, man.
You were gentle.
I guess sometimes.
Yes.
I don't know. It depends on what's your criteria.
You would
Did
never
you
go.
ever inquire as to how well he's endowed?
Who, Mike? Mike, how many inches
very
are you?
Small, very
are
small,
you?
Very small.
Is that true?
Very. Robin didn't tell you.
I wonder if you're smaller than me. Like just when I'm like flaccid, I'm like an inch.
Well,
I'm not kidding. 1 inch, like a little button.
Golly.
And I imagine with you women, because you're such a physical specimen, women must have been waiting for like a big schlong to come right out of those pants. And then they were probably like,
Get them drunk and...
Wow. How many inches are you hard?
I'm very small, Howard.
Are you 6?
I'm very small.
Smaller than 6?
Smaller than 2.
No, come on. Stop it. When you're hard, how many inches are you?
No.
Mike, tell me.
Somebody got to suck it and make it grow. I don't know how.
When it grows to its fullest. And don't tell me you haven't measured.
No.
You've never measured your dick?
I have to measure. You would like to measure it, Howard?
I'll measure it.
I
Take it
know
out.
you would,
I'll
Howard.
measure that motherfucker
You like
right
to
now.
Suck it, Howard.
That's like you're crazy.
Right.
I'll make out with you, but I'm not sucking your dick.
You're sick, Howard. That's good. That's good. I like Howard so much.
All right. Well, someone come in and make it grow, and let's measure Mike right now. All right. Mike's memoir, Undisputed Truth, co-written with Ratso, my boy.
So he did your book as well.
He certainly did both books.
Yes.
And he's a terrific guy, right?
Oh, the best.
And did he have to sit there and interview you and draw you out and this kind of thing?
Well, he's supposed to do it in, what, 07, 08?
Right.
And that was during my cocaine days and stuff and drinking days, so that never happened.
Never happened.
And so once I got stable, we did it again. We did it again, Howard.
You did.
We
Good.
did it again. We did it.
And Ratso is well hung or no?
I have no idea.
No idea.
You should
I
be
never
able-
found
you-
out.
I'm sure you know that.
No.
You do know, Howard.
I do not want to see him
You
naked.
do know that, Howard.
I draw the...
All my friends think he's Ron Jeremy. Right? All my friends think, that's Ron. Ain't Ronnie.
Hey, do you hang out with Jay-Z?
No.
You do not?
No.
Okay.
JD's an elite. He's a big time guy. He ain't gonna hang out with me, guys.
Why do you act like you're nobody?
I'm a little small guy.
No,
Don't have
come
no
on.
fucking money and shit.
Yeah, those guys got major money, Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I got no money.
He's got about $750 million.
What's that like?
What's that like? You had that. You had to go fucking give your car to the cops.
I know, but it's just a car.
Yeah, but you did a lot. God only knows what you did with that money.
God.
Good Lord.
God.
It must have been fun hanging around with you. Were you like Elvis, like giving gifts to people? Like, hey, man, here's a car, here's a... Yeah.
How big was the entourage?
Yeah. Oh. How many people in that entourage?
Comes and goes. Depends. 40 today, 65 tomorrow.
Unbelievable.
18 today, 95 tomorrow.
And where are they all now?
Hey, I have no idea.
Exactly.
They're spending the money I gave them, so they probably...
Got a point there. look for Mike's HBO special, Undisputed Truth, out later this year. That's your one-man show?
Yes. We're doing that again. Yes, we're doing another. And plus, I got it on HBO. Yeah, you said that. Huh?
Yeah, HBO special.
The long trip.
Yeah. How many? You don't know how many hours you were on the plane for China?
Well, I don't know, maybe 15 there, 15 back.
Is that a private jet?
Oh, no, I don't do private. Only rich people got private jets, and I'm not rich anymore.
No, but I'm saying...
No, I'm doing the long haul with the whole passenger, the whole 70 people or 600 people, whatever it is.
When you're on the plane with 70 people, and you're Mike Tyson, you're one of the most famous people in the world, do they drive you nuts? Do they come up, autographs, whole thing? Or do they leave you alone?
You know, yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Whatever happens on the plane.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
I just, being on a private plane doing that would drive me nuts, being by myself.
You'd rather be on a commercial flight.
Being by myself would be nuts.
All right, listen, Mike, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure, brother.
And pleasure. And we learned many things today. We learned you went to China, but we don't know why.
Yeah.
You're promoting something. You screamed at some woman and she gave you $15,000.
Well, because she's supposed to give me 30, but she gave me 15, but I wanted the other 15, and she didn't give it to me, so I had to yell at her and scream and talk about the killer and the badass Tyson and all that stuff. But I got the money.
Yeah, you got to bring that out once in a while.
Every now and then it's
Don't tell me that it's not bad to bring out. And we learned you're now sober 33 days.
33
days.
33 days.
That's good. All right. Listen. That's it.
I'm listening to you, brother. I'm listening to you. Notice as you get older, the fro is getting thinner.
Who's mine?
Yours, yes.
I got a thick head of hair. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's thinner than Mac. You used to have
Bullshit.
the bush.
Well, I cut it.
Are you in denial, brother? You ain't in denial.
I'm not in denial. My fucking hair is thick and and I don't dye my hair. There's no, and I'm I'm an older guy.
But it used to be
I'm
the bush. It used to be the super bush, dude.
Well, I had long hair, yeah. But
I can see the difference.
He cut it when he got it.
I cut it.
You got offended when I said that.
That's right. Don't talk about my bush.
Okay, bro.
I'll put up with anything, but not that.
Bush.
All right, look.
Who do you have next? Who was the guy?
Mel B. You know Mel B from the Spice Girls?
Yes, Mel B.
Yeah, I work with her on America's Got Talent.
What's that all about? That's pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Big finals this week. You should come by. Watch it.
Who's in the final?
6 people. Radio City Music Hall.
It's hard to get away from the kids and wife.
Bring the kids. Kids love that show.
This is a great show for them.
I'd like to do that then.
Yeah, do it.
When can I do that?
Do it tonight. We're on tonight.
Well, I have my wife. I'll bring my wife tonight.
Bring her up. Tell her to wear something hot.
Okay.
I've seen your wife. She's pretty hot.
All right. I don't know. I'll do that.
I'll take a look at
The hot wife. The hot wife.
Yeah, we'll party with her. That'll be
the
fun.
The hot wife. She's not that going anything. I'm hot.
I've seen your wife. She's hot.
I saw your old wife. I haven't seen your new. I saw your new girlfriend.
I have a wife. I don't have a girlfriend.
What girlfriend?
I have a wife. I've been married for like years.
But she was your girlfriend.
Well, of course. She was my girlfriend first, and then I got married.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that?
You couldn't just marry her.
What do you mean how I feel about it?
That's so awesome. But don't you think your first wife was with you when you were broke, right?
That's right, of course. That's right.
Did you ever think, wow, I think I deserve a better wife because I have more money, and now I don't like my wife
money,
no
listen,
more?
There are people who have no money and they get divorced. It's not a question of money.
No, don't get serious now.
No, I'm being serious with you.
I know, don't get serious.
You're trying to engage
don't
me
get
in some
serious.
kind of conversation.
Where the jokes? Where the jokes?
Yeah, where's the funny ha-ha, Mike Tyson?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn from you.
I'm not coming over your house.
Come on.
You're no fun, man. You know what? I like you better when you're drinking.
Oh, no.
No offense. You better calm down. Insulting my hair, my wife.
I'm not insulting your wife.
I know. No, you're a good man.
I'm insulting your wife.
All right, listen, we had fun. Now the fun's
Always.
over.
Oh,
now
no.
go get some sleep.
Oh, no.
That's
Who's the guy that was on Ritalin that was before me? The guy that was on the show.
Oh, JD?
JD, he was...
Oh, no, the kid on the phone? Hansy?
Yes.
Yeah. He's not on rhythm.
Illuminati
He's
guy, the Illuminati guy.
yeah. You're in the Illuminati, right? We all
Well,
are.
you're
They
famous
ain't
and
letting no
rich.
black motherfucker in no Illuminati. No black. I don't care how famous or rich. You ain't no nigga in Illuminati.
You're not really black.
Who said you're black? You're hardly black.
Yes, I am.
Nah, come on.
Black, broke, and ugly.
You ever go to Africa?
Yes, I've been there.
You done the whole pilgrimage thing?
No, I think I've been to Mecca, but I've been to South Africa as well.
Yeah. Did you meet Mandela?
Well, I met Winnie Mandela.
Oh, but you didn't meet the Mandela.
Nah, I'm not that cool.
No, you're not. I thought you were.
No. You gotta be the right people. This is all about the right people at the right time. I'm not the right guy to be seen with that guy.
And do the African people, do they accept you, or are they like, those American blacks, they're not African?
Man, they were talking about me like a dog in the paper. They talked about me like a dog. They talked about me like a dog.
They look down on you.
Well, I'm not. They talked about me like a dog in the paper in South Africa. That's all I know.
Did they?
Really bad, Howard.
So you must have bummed out on that.
Really bad.
'Cause you probably went, hey, I'm here with my people.
No, my people are my friends. Black, white, candy stripes. If you're my friend, you're my friend. You're my people.
Did you ever trace your roots back to Africa, like with tribe and everything?
No.
Nothing?
No.
That's what Robin is a great warrior in Africa.
She's from
yeah, right.
from the 𝗏𝗵cie tribe. The 𝗏𝗵cie tribe, right? The 𝗏𝗵cie. The 𝗏𝗵cie
I
tribe.
always say my family were slow runners.
That's right.
And that's why I'm here.
All right,
Always nice seeing you, Robin. You look great.
Thank you, Mike. It's good to see you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, brother.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Hi, Mr. Tyson. Do you think you intimidate him somewhat?
I hope not. I really hope not.
Because when he talks about sex with you, and then you seem to get like a look in your eye like, don't go there, or tread lightly.
That's not true at all. I like to chart those waters with Howard.
Now, what is it about Howard that you like?
Just the sincerity, honestness. And I hope he never feels that I'm intimidating and stuff, because those days are really gone, really.
Now, is this the kind of show that you like to be on, where you could sit and relax and just be yourself?
Say what I want to say without being judged. But anyway, I'm still going to be judged, but I still enjoy being on the show, yes.
All right, thanks a lot for coming down.
Hey, it's my pleasure.
Thank you.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Sal Governale.
And Richard Christie.
And on Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed my cock cheese going on Richard Christie's face.
And I discussed watching Metallica and how awesome that was.
And I discussed hanging out with the Long Island Medium's husband, the great Larry Caputo. Very cute guy.
Check it out.
Let's get into the Sal thing. So Sal shows up. Well, forget the Metallica concert. Sal shows up to AGT, and maybe he brought his wife and kids. I'm not really sure. But he shows up with Mr. Long Island Medium.
I think it was just Mr. Long Island Medium. He brought him over to me.